Day 10 and day 11, both the nights we stayed at Vizianagaram at Hotel VR Grand only. Day 10 we started from the hotel early morning, and our first destination was Mannar Raja Gopala Swami Temple, which is at the heart of Vizianagaram city. From Mannar Raja Gopala Swami Temple, we went to our next destination, which is Ramateertham, which is around 25 kilometers from Vizianagaram city, and our last destination for the day was Dibbi Lingeshwara Temple at Saripalli, which is while coming back towards Vizianagaram city via Saripalli. And talking about the routes were completely through countryside and beautiful farmlands all around. The places to visit were very beautiful outside the city reaches, and one can enjoy visiting these places. Even if you don't like to visit temples, you can just visit there and stay, relax. These are very beautiful places. Day 10, and today our first destination is the famous Mannar Raja Swami Temple in the Vizianagaram city. The temple is around 3 kilometers from Vizianagaram bus stand, and locally it is also known as Sanatana Gopala Swami Temple or Kotha Kumili or Venugopal Swami Temple. The temple is believed to be constructed around 1000 years ago, somewhere between 1017 and 1137 AD, under the famous Hindu philosopher Sri Ramanujan.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe Radhe Radhe.
Ignored for a very long time, the temple has been recently reincarnated with a very beautiful gopuram in front, and special sculptors were called to work very meticulously so that the original iconographies and the carvings on the walls are kept intact within the temple. In the 40-pillared mandapam, on one corner, the main deity of the original temple, which is also known as Pathagudi, is kept. Pathagudi is a Ekashila or a murti which is carved out of a single stone of Madhava along with Rukmini and Satyabhama. One of the primary features of various dynastic temples is the pillars, the way the pillars are constructed and beautifully crafted. This is not available in this particular temple, and the pillars are very flat because this temple is not built under any dynasty. However, the most beautiful part of this temple is the Vimana above the Garbhagriha, containing the main deity of Sri Krishna along with Rukmini and Satyabhama. On either side of Antarala, temples of Sri Andal and Sri Ramanujam are present. The original temple, which is almost 1000 years old, was destroyed in lightning. The current structure of the temple is almost around 800 years old, on which modern resurrections and restoration work has been done. One of the most beautiful temples in South India, the walls of the temples are intricately carved with skilled Hindu iconographies, which include Kirti Mukha, Gajasimhas and various other Hindu deities. After Mannar Rajaswamy temple, our next destination of the day was Ramateertham. Ramateertham is a village which is around 12 kilometers from Vizianagaram city, and it is known to be an ancient site of pilgrimage since 3rd century BC. The legend states that according to Sthal Puran, the Pandavas, when they were in exile at this particular place called Ramateertham, they asked Sri Krishna to come with them. Sri Krishna, however, denied their proposal and handed them over the idol of his previous avatar, Sri Rama, along with the idols of Sita and Lakshmana. The Pandavas, till they stayed here at Ramateertham, they worshipped these idols regularly, and before leaving the site, they handed over the idols to a local priest whose name was Vedagarbha. Vedagarbha and his later generations performed regular pujas and abhishekams on these idols. Later during the Buddhist period, out of fear of demolition, he buried the idols in a pit and covered them with mud. Around 16th century AD, the region was ruled by Pushapati king Sita Ramachandra of Gajapati dynasty from Kumbalipuram, or modern day Kumili, as the capital. He came to know from an old lady that about these idols being submerged under a pond. He ordered his people to get the idols from under the pond, and during Bhishma Ekadashi, he and his people got the temple, got the Rama temple constructed at the Swetachalam hills. According to ASI report 1903, Ramateertham is one of the places which is made sacred by its association with its connection with Lord Rama. The temple and the village are situated in the bottom of a chain of hills of solid rock where some perennial streams of water and some places are situated which in one way or the other way has connection with the name of Lord Rama. The ASI report also suggests that this is one place where Jains also have a residence with remains like natural caves and structures on slabs. This is one of the few places where Jain remains are still present. The region has three lines of hills which are parallel to each other and separated by a narrow gully. The southernmost hill is also known as Bodhikonda, which has Jain remains from almost 3rd century BC. The northernmost hill is also known as Durga Konda or Ghani Konda. It has a large image of goddess Durga in a natural cave, and the central hill is also known as Gulbata Konda, which has an ancient ruined Buddhist monastery from 3rd century BC, and Jain remains are there of Jain Tirthankaras. At the base of the hills, there is the temple of Ramateertham along with the Shiva temple. Now we wanted to visit all these places here, but we could not visit the places which are up the hill because we had our daughter with us and she could not of course climb the hill. But we would definitely like to be there once again, and I would recommend anyone who visits this place to visit all the 4 places simultaneously. Our final destination of the day was Dibbi Lingeshwara temple, which is situated at a place called Saripalli on the banks of Champavati river. The place is situated around 16 kilometers from Vizianagaram city. There is a slight confusion on the route. If you follow Google Maps, the Saripalli, when you give on Google Maps, is actually on the other side of the river, so you might end up on the other side of the river if you follow the Google map for Saripalli. So always follow the Google map for Dibbi Lingeshwara. There is another temple near to Dibbi Lingeshwara, which is Lingeshwara temple, which is again dedicated to Lord Shiva and belongs to the same timeline of somewhere between 7th to 10th century AD as Dibbi Lingeshwara temple, and both are supposed to be constructed by the Kalingas. Since Kalinga region at that time was being ruled by early Eastern Ganga dynasties, so one of the early Eastern Ganga dynasty kings might have constructed the temple. We are not sure about who actually constructed the temples. Both are brick temples. A lot of excavations of ASI is still left on the region, with lot of Buddhist rocks being found all around. Another temple dedicated to Lord Shiva is found on a hillock very near, with the special feature that the entire temple is built on a huge rock at its top. All these temples are believed to be more than 1000 years old. Although small, the walls of the temple at Dibbi Lingeshwara are filled with extensive and exquisite sculpture works of various Hindu gods and goddesses, especially Shiva and other iconographies. On day 11, we again started from the hotel early morning, and our first destination was the temple at Kumili, which has a long history. We'll again discuss when I cover the temple in this video. From Kumili temple, we came back to the city to visit Vizianagaram fort, and from the fort we got back to our hotel via Grand. So this is the day 11 was a very small day for us, not much of travel, and and this was our last day in Vizianagaram. In the evening, I walked through the various temples in Vizianagaram city. There are many old temples within the Vizianagaram city itself, and if one wants to visit those temples, they can. There is a Jagannath temple also. Unfortunately, when I tried to visit the temple, it was closed. Within the vicinity of 3 to 4 kilometers, there are 4 to 5 temples, which if someone wants, they can visit. Our first destination was the temple at Kumili. Kumili is a village which is around 15 kilometers from Vizianagaram city, and it was the first capital of the erstwhile Vizianagaram kingdom, which later became Vizianagaram estate. Kumili was initially known as Kumbilapuram. The Vizianagaram kingdom was first established in Kumili, when a mud fort was created here. Later on, the capital was shifted to Potnur before finally constructing the Vizianagaram city, where the kingdom was finally established and a fort was created there. Very known mystic Hindu monk Trailanga Swami was born here, who later lived in Varanasi. The story of Sri Trailanga Swamiji is very interesting, and I would request one to go through it. It is said that he almost survived for 300 years, and notable persons like Swami Vivekananda, even Swami Vivekananda went to visit him at Varanasi. The Kumili village is the capital of Ananda Gajapati Raja's dynasty. The Kumili temple is one of the ancient temples in the district of Vizianagaram. The temple was constructed around 1800 by Sri Nilapur Narsiyya Reddy Garu, who was also known as Sri Animesha Bhagwan or Avatar Baba. Since then, the family owns the temple and takes care of it. The temple at Kumili is unique in that it has symbolic representations for Hinduism, Islam and Christianity. The entrance of the temple has carvings of prominent national leaders showing the temple's patriotic fervor. The inner dome of the temple has murals representing various stories of Ramayana. There are elaborate carvings on various pillars representing various Hindu gods and goddesses. The entire temple complex has 11 temples inside it where daily puja and worship is done. The complex contains temples dedicated to Kalika Devi, Satyanarayan Swami, Lord Vigneshwara and Navagraha. Apart from this, devotees can also find here temples dedicated to Anjaneya Swami, Lord Subramanyeshwara, Lord Venugopala Swami and Lord Sitarama Swami. The Kumili temple does not follow any fixed architectural pattern, whether North Indian or South Indian or Kalinga. It is a flat structure with a conglomeration of various kinds of temple structures, and we could not comment specifically on what kind of structure it basically follows.
गोविन्द राधे 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 गोविन्द राधे 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 गोविन्द 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 राधे।
So this is all I am covering in this episode of day 10 and day 11. I hope the video has been informative and you have liked the contents of the video along with the historical importance of the places that I have tried to give in the last two videos. So in case you have any comments, please do provide that in the comment section. And as I've already asked you earlier also, in case there are contentions in my contents, please do share that also, because that would be really helpful in correcting myself and making sure that wrong information is not passed on to my viewers. Thanks a lot, and keep following me for my further videos.